I am joined by Scott Neslage, Director of Revenue Management for the Indigo Road Hospitality Group, coming to us from on-site at Highlands, North Carolina.
That's right.
How are you?
I'm great today. Doing well. How are you?
I'm okay. You're trying to get a hotel open there?
We are, yes. The Skyline Lodge. It's Indigo Road's first venture into hotels. We're learning a lot. We're on the home stretch, trying to get some rooms open later this month. So we've got those last few details we're trying to pull together and get everything operational. Apologies if there's any nail guns or saws that go off during our conversation today. It's just part of the deal here this week.
That's a good sound, right? we want to hear more of that. Well, tell us about Indigo. What do you guys look like?
Yeah, so Indigo Road started in 2009. Our founder, Steve Palmer, took a failing steakhouse in Charleston, South Carolina, and has since turned that around and opened about 25, 26 additional restaurants across the Southeast. We're in Atlanta, Charlotte, Raleigh, the DC area, a few other cities. And his background was in luxury boutique lodging. He's always wanted to get back into hotels. And so he year before last started a lodging division of Indigo Road. And this is our first project that's coming to fruition. So we're very excited to get this hotel open and to start welcoming guests and sort of usher in this new era of Indigo Road and the lodging division to complement the restaurants.
So what's this hotel look like specifically?
So this hotel it's a mountain lodge. This is a really cool property. I've gotten the chance to work on a lot of cool things in my career, and this is definitely one of the highlights. It's a mountain lodge that was originally constructed in 1929. The architect was a student of Frank Lloyd Wright, and it's like all this hand-cut granite and these oak timbers, all locally sourced materials. And right before it was about to be finished in 1929, the stock market crashed, and the hotel just sat here. Nobody did anything with it for about 40 years. And some new owners bought it in the 60s and went ahead and finished it off, added a wing a few years later, added another wing a few years after that. And it's had the same owner since the 90s and has been operating as a mountain lodge, but without a tremendous amount of investment in FF&E and upkeep. So we found it, we bought it, and we are really doing our best to pay homage to the original architecture, the 1929 period, the mid-century modern 1960s vibe. We've got kind of worked into our branding. It's a very unique project and a lot of fun to work on.
So what's your background? Is your background in restaurants, hotels, both?
Great question. Yeah. So my background, I started serving coffee at Starbucks when I was in high school. And so did that through college and graduated from college in 2008 in the middle of the financial recession. So I stuck with coffee for a while, man, and found some passion there. Ended up running a few of the local Starbucks around Charleston. And
by the way, that's not easy.
It's a lot of fun though.
My wife was a shift manager for a while. Tough gig.
There's a lot to it for sure.
Anyway, go ahead.
Yeah, sure. So I guess it was 2012, 2013. I decided I wanted to pivot. So I went back to the College of Charleston and got my MBA and focused in hospitality. So that was my pivot from restaurants to hotels. And ever since then, I've been in revenue management specifically. I started as an analyst, worked my way up to a manager, worked my way up to a director, and here I am with Indigo Road.
You seem pretty well suited for, I think, revenue managers have been talking about total revenue management for years, but now it's like you have to, man. You got to be thinking about F&B, so you seem pretty well suited to roll right in there, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I think, especially with where we are now as an industry, we're seeing a lot of hotels invest in some new tech, whether that's like a text message platform or a way to remotely check in. Thinking through this contactless journey has some hotels making some strategic investments right now. And I think the ones that are going to be the most successful with that are thinking about those investments in the context of total revenue management. How is my text message platform driving guests to my restaurant? How is it, helping me get better survey feedback and helping my reputation management, which is going to help me get future bookings. So really thinking through this ecosystem of tech and from the lens of total revenue management is really crucial right now.
Well, how are you preparing specifically to open the hotel?
So we at Indigo Road have a philosophy that we apply. We look at the guest experience through three pillars. The first is authenticity. We want to really ring true to our guests and have a solid brand that feels right, that resonates with consumers. We always think about the second pillar is discovery. We want to create something that's inspiring, something that's exciting to come and learn and to discover. And then the third is well-being. So we want to always make sure that we have, great experiences, things that are healthy, whether that's food options or, we're blessed with this property with a wonderful well. We've got this amazing well water that's coming from Mountain Springs. So that all kind of fits into the way that we view the guest experience and the decisions that we make to get the hotel open.
From a revenue management perspective, how are you preparing to open? Again, you've got no history, which is you're in pretty good shape because the pandemic kind of ruined everybody's history. But I would imagine that out in the mountains they've had some activity, right?
Yeah, it's a very very busy destination.
Yeah.
We're seeing a lot of demand in this particular market. Our competitors are doing really, really well. From a revenue management perspective, it's about, I think, just really watching your future bookings. We're taking bookings for July and onward at this point. So just being laser focused on what's hitting the books. I've only got 40 rooms here. So if I start booking, 8, 10, 12 rooms over a weekend, that's a big deal. I need to start pushing rates.
Right.
The other thing that we're doing is strategically deploying some advanced purchase promotions that are non-refundable, non-cancelable, getting some firm revenue on the books. That seems to be pretty successful, trading that for a slight discount. And then also we're offering a length of stay promotion. I've got a stay 4 nights, get 1 free. So that's really driving our length of stay. We're right now at a healthy 2.9 night length of stay on average versus our goal of 2.5. So those strategies seem to be working at this point.
That's awesome. Awesome. And where can we find you? Like, where can we see the hotel? Are you on Facebook, Instagram, website?
Yeah, all of the above. So the best place, my favorite place to get more information is our website at skyline-lodge.com. And we've got there all of our branding elements. We've got some renderings that we worked up for the property, and that'll be replaced shortly with a full-blown website and our photography once we get that all buttoned up.
There's probably some historical photos out there, huh?
Yeah, there are. There's some really cool historic photos. In fact, I did a little bit of digging, and I found on eBay, of all places, a postcard from the 70s.
Oh, wow.
And it's got some photos on the front. It's pretty cool. So we'll get a good scan of that and look to incorporate that into our marketing. It goes back to the authenticity, right? We want to ring true and pay tribute to the history of the hotel.
Yeah. Well, any advice for hoteliers as we start to come out of this thing, Scott?
Thinking about total revenue management and how that, how you can leverage your new tech stack to drive dollars. Be creative. Think about things through the lens of the customer and the customer journey. I think that's as important today as it ever has been. Yeah, that's all I got. I don't have a brilliant nugget for you today, I guess. There's a couple tips.
Hey, that's pretty good. Well, all right. Well, I appreciate you joining me. Yeah, especially in these times,
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you for joining me, Scott.
Yeah, thank you very much. Appreciate the time.